Test 1 2. Yeah, that's live. Hello there. You probably know me if you're watching this. My name is Keytarman, and today I'm gonna do a little live stream. It's actually the first time I'm doing this, so it's probably gonna suck horribly. I think I got all the settings in the jack right, so. And I tested it before as well, so it's supposed to work, but if anything goes tits up, just let me know in the comments if you're watching this right now. How's everyone doing? Okay, we're gonna start. I'm gonna make a track today, and when I announced this, I said I'm gonna make it a bit of a challenge, and the idea is I am going to do this from scratch completely, and I'm gonna do this using only the built-in synthesizer called Polysynth. It's built into Bitwig Studio, which is my tool of choice. It's been my weapon of choice for many years now, probably 7 years as a minimum. I've been on Bitwig since version 1.3 and never looked back, really. I'm downgraded a bit. I'm doing this on a other machine, not my main production machine, so I've got Bitwig 3.3 running here, but yeah, obviously it's past version 4 now, but well, the Polysynth is a Polysynth, so this is going to work nevertheless. Anyway, let's get going. The whole point of it is to show that, prove the concept that you can make music on literally anything, and if this is going to go well, then I would really like to do a whole series trying different free VSTs, maybe synthesizers, but just using one thing and trying to squeeze as much sound as possible out of it. I'm coming in completely fresh, and I've got absolutely zero ideas on what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to fire up, I did actually fire up the first instance of Polysynth. I'm not going to limit myself to the amount of tracks I'm going to use, and I'm probably going to use some effects. I'm going to stick to built-in Bitwig effects, which means, yeah, that's just what comes out of the box. I'm not going to use any special VSTs, you know, cool plugins or everything. First off, I don't use many, generally. I don't have many plugins. I really like to do everything in the box in the Bitwig. And for the synthesizers, I usually use like the hardware synths, and I've got quite a lot of them laying in the studio here. But the idea is to try to do it on this one little Polysynth synthesizer. It doesn't look like much, but bear with me, it's got a lot of functions. This bad boy is actually quite capable of doing some serious damage. It's got two oscillators, oscillator 1 and oscillator 2. You can mix between them, so you can have just the first oscillator, the second one, or something in between. And you got the usual suspects. You got ADSR, you got your filters, you got everything. You got like the resonance, and we're gonna go through this whilst we're using it. It's got a really neat feature as well, which is called unison, so it's got like really nice chorus effect to it when it's needed. But for now, the main challenge for me doing this is probably going to be making the drums out of this thing, because it's a synthesizer, right? It doesn't have like any presets, and it doesn't have any particular drum features to it, but it's important that we squeeze out. I mean, that's how the old drum machines worked anyways, meaning you still had like the analog sound, and you programmed them and made them sound into like something resembling the drums. It's obviously going to be an electronic track today, and most likely we're going to stick with house music, because that was the actually only comment I've got when I made a little call on Facebook earlier today, saying that I'm accepting requests, basically, like what genre should I go with. I had someone saying house, and I also had like Hazikarim telling me to do a Mehana, which is something I'm definitely gonna do, but not live and not now. But for now, let's stick with house music. And the first task we've got on hand is to make a little kick. Because once you got the kick, and you got this like kick going in a certain tempo, you've already got the vibe. So the first thing is the sound design. I'm going to just, put a note here. Yeah, that works. I am also going to make it into a little loop, which means it's just going to repeat itself till the cows come home, and I'm just going to work on it as I progress. Let's get going. Let's have a look at the effect itself. So that's what we've got. I'm gonna stick to 110 BPM for now, but it's probably gonna get faster, at least like 5-6 BPM faster. Let's see how it goes. Okay, the first thing we got to do is to make it a bit more muffled. Let's see. That's about right. Let's work a little bit with the envelope. Make it a little bit more punchy. And yeah, I don't have like a go-to recipe of creating a kick on this thing. I did it a few times, but I barely remember what I've done. So I'm just gonna blindly wander around and see where it goes. This is already sounding like a kick-ish thing, but it still needs a lot of work to be done on it. First off, let's get rid of the sustain, a little bit at least. Maybe replace it with a little bit of decay, so it actually reads a little bit. Okay, the release. Got it. Okay, that already resembles a kick. It's not the best kick in the world, but it's something. Let's make it a little bit deeper, shall we? A little bit more punch. Not bad at all. You know what? Still need to fine tune it a little bit, but it's kind of getting there. I'm liking it. Ooh, yeah, a little bit deeper. I hope you're listening on the headphones, because otherwise you're basically hearing the silence at best. But there's some sub-frequencies going on here, and I'm trying to add a little bit more punch so it's a little bit more readable. But generally, that's something. That's something we can work with. I think it's a little bit long. Let's make it a little bit shorter. Therefore punchier, and congratulations, we got ourselves a kick. And I'm going to EQ it a little bit. It's kind of emulating the analog sort of a thing, so it's a little bit unpredictable. So I'm just going to put a limiter on top of it just in case. I'm not going to actually put the threshold too low. I'm not going to actually squeeze it, but I'm going to make sure that it doesn't go overboard too much. Okay, yeah, that will be that's about right. Let's put it on -2 dB, so it's, yeah, we're safe here. Okay, let's work on the sound itself, and I'm going to pay a lot of attention to what's going on here, because I want to make sure. And yeah, first thing first, that's what I want to do, is to switch to a K20 system, which is a very, very fancy way of saying I'm going to stick to -20 as my main RMS. So everything is nicely gain stage as I'm recording this. So yeah, K20 is, and my 0 is magically moved to -20 dB. I'm going to lower the gain a little bit so it's a bit more under control here. Yeah, we're good. We're rolling. And yeah, let's EQ it a little bit. We definitely need a little bit of a bump. around 1 to 2K. So it's, yeah, let's make it a little bit narrow, because we actually need some kind of a content going on top as well. So it's, you know, it can be heard and recognized as a kick on, I don't know, on a mobile phone, for example. Still not superb, but you know what? I'm gonna stick to this particular one as my low end. I'm gonna make it a little bit more bassy. Yeah, that's good. And draw a little smiley face here. Good. We has kick. And I'm going to play around with it a little bit later. For now, I'm going to double it. There we go. But what I want to do, I want to create the top part of the kick, basically the, you know, the click sort of thing, and put it alongside with the low end that I created here, so that it works and it's readable, and you know, I'm just gonna group them later and get myself something called a kick. Okay, let's work on the top end, and for this I'm actually gonna turn to noise, because I generally need like only the high frequencies out of it, and yeah, I don't need a note. So let's, ooh, yeah, that's radical. Definitely more punch. Short to decay. Ooh, it's much better now. It's starting to sound sort of acoustic as well, oddly enough. Okay, I'm gonna very quickly check on the comments on stuff. Hey, yeah, people are liking the things, so yeah, something's going on. Okay, yeah, we got the kick, and yeah, it sounds pretty much acoustic by now. I still want to make it a little bit shorter on the top end. Still do a little bump on top. Ooh, that's sexy. That's nice. I actually like this. It sounds like a kick, definitely. So add a little bit of harmonic content to it, so it's a bit more pronounced. Make it just a tad shorter. There we go. You know, I'm gonna leave it like this, and I'm gonna call it my kick. I'm gonna group this as well, though I'm not going to bounce it just yet. I'm gonna leave some room for, you know, editing for later on. But we got a kick. We got a kick, and I'm going to turn it into a yeah, I'm going to just leave it like this actually for now, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to just start creating hats. And creating hi-hats is a way much easier task using like this kind of a synthesizer, because, well, basically it's a noise channel and very high frequency rich noise channel. I don't even need any bass here. I'm just gonna cut it off straight away. And what do we have here? Let's make a little pattern. Yeah, let's just stop for a sec. Okay, we're working with 16s, so meh. That's yeah, that needs a little bit of love. Definitely. Let's make it short for now, so it's not piercing our ears every time. Ooh. Ooh. Actually, I think by a weird accident, we got ourselves a pretty nice little clappy thing going on here. So I'm just, you know what, I'm gonna just leave it here. Pretend that that was what I intended to do originally, and okay, actually name the tracks. That's something that I remember about doing like way too late into the project life. So let's be responsible now and call our tracks kick group, and yeah, let's call it a clap. Yeah, why not? Ooh. You know, you see, I don't have any idea of what I'm going to write today, but you know, this kick and snare clap thing is already giving me a lot of vibe, and you know, I'm liking it, and it's definitely something that's going to guide me through the whole rest of the track afterwards. So yeah, let's keep this, make it a tad shorter, because it's a bit long. It's a bit, yeah, something that I can A-B between for like verse and chorus, if there's a verse and chorus in this track. But yeah, for now, so let's make sure it's not super annoying, and just make it pretty short and, you know, delicate. And what we're going to do next is we are going to switch to another instance of polysynth. Good. And we are going to start creating our hats. So yeah, like 1 bar for now. Let's not be too exotic here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to be clever. I'm going to just make it into a loop straight away. So once I edit it for the first part, for the second bar, it just repeats itself. Let's go. Let's. Oh shit! I forgot. I need to turn it into a noise channel. Yeah, sorry about that. That's a bit intense. I'm gonna turn it down just a tad. Okay, it's getting there. Something I can work with, and then I just edit it. Yeah, let's do this for now. And you know what? I'm just going to do something really different now. I'm going to create an arpeggiator. So instead of just clicking away and creating this head, I'm going to make it automated, because, you know, 21st century AI stuff. Yep, and I'm going to make a very, very long note here, so it just keeps playing whilst I'm editing it. And let's see what's going on here right now. Ooh, okay, that's pretty nice. Definitely getting sort of an 80s, like even like late 70s Kraftwerk sort of a vibe here. Not bad. Not sure that's exactly what I'm going for today, but yeah, why not? We got it. But it's still a bit dull. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a little bit of chance here. And that's one of the things I love about Bitwig, is that it's a modular thing. The whole program is based on the modular concept, let's say. So basically there's a lot of little like devices and modulators that can affect what's going on different channels. And there's a lot of magic that you can do with this. But for now, we're just going to create a random generator. What it does is it just does a random thing, random change of a parameter, every 16th node. And now it's just playing with itself at the moment. So what I want to do is I want to make it play with something instead. And a good idea to start with is to try to do it with a filter. Oh, okay, that's fun. Yeah, it's alive. It's alive. Cool. I still think it's a bit long. And you know what? I'm going to make it shorter by default, but I'm going to make this lovely little random generator modulate something else, which is a decay on my thingy. I keep forgetting. Yeah, on the filter envelope. So yeah, it and maybe on a decay as well. Unlike actual empty K. Yeah, that's something. We've got something. That's a pretty nice little hat thing, and it's completely random, which is good. I still think it's a bit long, and maybe I should lower the default TK of this even more. Yeah, and when it's opening up, it actually does open up, and something is noticeably happening. Yeah, I like this. You know what? I think we got ourselves a little groove. And yeah, look at this. I haven't even started creating any like bass lines or like pads or anything complicated. I'm already having so much fun with this thing. This polysynth is just an amazing little beast. I love this, and I'm using it in every virtually every single project that I'm working on has at least one instance of polysynth doing something. So yeah, that's the thing. It's a thing. And let's carry on for now. And you know what? I want to switch the vibe a little bit. It's a little bit dull, as I said. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable groove, so it's a bit more housey, a bit more swingy. Ooh. Okay, that starts to sound like a Punjabi MC now. No, that's not. That's a bit too much. Let's lower this whole shuffle thing a little bit. Yeah, it definitely has something going on, but it's not that obvious. Yeah, well, when you switch off the groove, it actually becomes obvious. So yeah, it's got a nice little swing, but it's not Punjabi MC. So it's the best of the both worlds, basically. Okay. Good. For now, I'm going to call it a day with the drums. Well, call it an hour at least, and start making something more musical. And yeah, another polysynth instance. And yeah, definitely just sticking to this one simple synthesizer here. Let's see what we can squeeze out of it. Oh yeah, that's obnoxiously loud. I'm sorry. I apologize about this. Okay. Yeah, I'm using a MIDI keyboard. I can theoretically input everything with a mouse, but at least for testing purposes, can't be bothered. I'm just going to, find something, and then probably I'm going to actually program it with a mouse, because I kind of like to in this. I might be a piano player, but I still like a little bit of extra control. So yeah. Oh, that's a bit obvious, isn't it? You know what? I'm going to record this. 3, 4. Okay. Quantize. And you know what? I'm going to not just quantize the start, but I'm going to quantize the end. That's fresh. Yeah, make them all like the same length, so they're like very machine-like. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm going for. So yeah, why not make it like with the mouse even? There's just a lot of like extra shit I played. I apologize. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was careless. But to be honest, my keyboard is not at its best setup right now. It's a bit far from me because I had to squeeze another laptop on the table next to me to do the stream stuff. But yes, we are going on with this, and okay, I like this a lot, and still I want to make it a bit shorter. I want to make it a little bit more, yeah, more focused, let's say. Ooh. Pretty neat. pretty sexy. What else we can do with this? Let's play around with the sound itself a little bit, because now we're just having like a really like plain wave. I'm gonna go square. Oh, we're gonna go saw. I'm going to stick with like something in the middle. Yeah, let's call it a very, very blunt saw. It's almost square. And let's play around with the sound itself a little bit. A little bit more attack. Not attack in like ADSR sense, but more of like a punch. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit too much. You know what? I'm gonna double this. I'm going to double this, and I am going to make the second one a little bit different. Just a little touch, so it's not like completely boring. Let's put up 1 octave. Yeah, like this. Let's see what happens. Okay, so the first one goes in, and the last one. You know what? I'm going to move this here, and then copy this. So let's see. Oh, yeah. It is all a bit obvious, but after all, I mean, house music it's been around for like 40 years now by now, so it's a bit hard to make something like completely mind-blowingly original anymore with this genre, which is sad. But for now, we've got this phenomenal little chord progression. Not even a progression, just a rhythm. But let's keep adding some color. Maybe add another synthesizer, like another oscillator to this. Yeah, let's put it in the same octave, turn it a bit more into a saw, and play with the sync. Well, basically what it's doing, it's kind of turning it into an FM synthesizer where there's like 2 different carrier waves going on. I mean, this is kind of a carrier wave, and this becomes a sort of a modulator when you mix the 2. Yeah. So yeah, let's. Okay, now that's pretty much turning into a DX piano. Okay. And you know what? I like this, but there's one more little thing that I want to do to this before I start doing something else. And that is to give it a little bit of chorus. Just like that. Let's make it a 3-voice unison. Definitely better. No, it starts to sound like a nice little house track. And I'm still on 110 BPM. Should I actually make it like kind of lethargic and keep it on 110? I don't know. It's big creative decisions. You know what? I'm going to add like a few BPM just in case. Make it 114. I mean, if it actually ends up being a track and that it's going to be played by some unfortunate DJ, he's going to either have to speed it up or slow it down, because it's kind of out there. Like 114 BPM is not a very common house track kind of BPM choice, but you know, it's not our problem at the moment. We're making music, and so yeah, let's keep our creativity flowing. And once again, I forgot to name the tracks. So the previous one was a hi-hat pattern. sort of thing. And this is going to be called chords. Chords, no, chords. Chords. Good. Chords, we have them. You know what? I'm going to double this all again, and I'm going to change this part as well, so there's even more variety of things going on. Maybe even like a little chord change. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. And this needs to move rhythmically. That was a stupid idea. Let's move it here instead. I think it needs to be even more yeah, something. Okay. Yeah. Throw it up, maybe. Is it good? I mean, it looks right, but it doesn't sound right enough. I blame the swing. But you know what? This actually sounds pretty neat. I might keep this. Let's listen to the whole pattern. Okay. Me likey. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's keep this. Let's keep this thing and maybe add a little bit of delay straight away. I know I'm not supposed to be mixing whilst I'm writing, but you know what? Bollocks. Let's add some delay and have fun with it. I'm going to add one instance of delay and put it on the send track, at least for now. Once again, I don't want to overload it with mixing and stuff and effects whilst I'm still like creating the track itself. So I'm gonna just have this kind of little delay thing, and I add a little bit of wetness. Yeah, some air. That's sexy. But I'm going to do something else. I'm going to add a little bit of reverb to it as well. Just, yeah, so that it is a little bit more wet and nice. That's too much. That's way too much. That's about right. That's actually about right. Let's see. Okay, let's keep listening. Okay, let's continue. I kind of had to double check my sound because yeah, apparently the microphone is a little bit too much. But oh diddums. We're still nicely gain staged around, yeah, around -20 RMS, which is good. So carrying on. And I think okay, technical stuff aside, let us carry on and make some more sounds. We need a bass. We do definitely need a bass. So let's create one. Let's make another polysynth. And I regret a little bit that I haven't set up the latency a bit higher, the buffer a bit higher, because it's kind of seems like it's cracking a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's because of OBS running in the background and capturing the video and stuff. I mean, it's not a potato, but it's not the fanciest of the machines that I'm running this on, so yeah. But technically, if I switch to start working on like the latency settings, it might mess up the stream even more, so yeah, we're gonna stick to it right now. And let us create another instance of polysynth. There we go. And we're going to be creating a bass line for this. Basically, the idea is once we've got like our basic sounds like kick, hat, snare, chords, you know, the bass line, basic stuff, then we're going to start structuring the track, and then we're going to put some extra sprinkles on top after that. That's the plan for now, but we'll see how it goes. For now, let's focus on the bass, and first off, let's... Oh dear, I keep forgetting about this. This is loud. This is way too loud. I'm sorry. The default settings are a bit meh. Not very K20 friendly. Let's be polite and call it this. Okay, we've got a nice level, and we've got a shitty sound. So let's do something about this. Let us add a little bit of resonance, make it a bit more muffled. Is this what I'm looking for? Is this what I'm actually going for with this sound, with this bass line? Let's hear it in the context. Actually, okay. let's program this, because yeah, okay, we're in D. Shall we be very unsophisticated and just copy the rhythms of the chords? Nah, I don't like this. It needs extra stuff to it. So, like this extra notes. That's maybe a bit too much. But not bad. And next part. Bum bum bum. Okay, it needs to go here. Does it? No. Bum It needs something else. 1 and 2 and then copy this. Actually, let's fix the snapping. It's a bit too small. Okay. Just for now, we're going to copy this and listen to it in its entirety. Bass man. Yay. Sweet. It definitely needs some extra love. It needs a little bit more stuff happening, let's say. Maybe on the third one. Or actually, on the fourth one. I've got an idea. Watch me. That's better. Almost there. Something is wrong though. How fucking sexy is that? Maybe a bit too aggressive, but no. It's actually quite sexy. You know what? I'm going to get rid of the on-beat notes on this bass. Let's keep things nice and tidy. In low-end department. Let's see how it plays out with a kick. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Yeah. You know what? Let us create another hat. We have this randomized thing going on here, but that kind of covers us in the percussive part of it. But I really want that housey sort of thing as well. So let's just create one. Okay. Every second one. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. On the bicycle. That sort of thing. Yeah. Let's make a loop. There we go. And make it a little bit more hatty. That's insane. Maybe a bit too long. Ooh, better. Okay, that works as a hi-hat, but it needs a little bit of love on the EQ department. It's a bit... Yeah, look at that. Look at all this low end. We don't need any of that. Let's get rid of it. But that release gives it sort of a reverberation-y sort of thing, vibe. I don't want it. Let's make it shorter. Yeah, yeah. Okay, not bad. That's fun. My latency is nearly non-existent. Therefore, my buffer is a bit shit. I might start rendering things. Let's bounce this. Actually, I mean, I don't think there's anything going to happen with this sample later on, so let's just get rid of the extra polysynth. Shall we? Okay, we don't need you anymore, bye. Okay, it's bounced. That kick is still a little bit muffled, so let's add a little bit of this high-end polysynth thing. Okay, that's pretty good. You know what? I'm going to bounce this as well. Amazingness. And let's turn off these polysynths for the time being. Okay, we're good. That clap, what about it? Okay, I'm going to bounce this as well. We can EQ it later. Actually, why not now? Yeah, that works. Actually, let's get rid of that kick as well. On a second thought, that bass thing, it needs a little bit more of articulation. So one would just, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I almost want to make it glidey, although that's not what I'm going for though. Ain't gonna work. But it just needs this little bit of extra glue to it. And you know what? We're gonna do it with this. Let's modulate the filter frequency with our EG curve. Ooh. Now that's a bass. Does it? Nah. I love this bass. I absolutely adore this bass. Still, I want to add some more percussive stuff. So why won't we create yet another polysynth? And make something resembling a conga. That was embarrassing, I'm sorry. Okay, rhythmically. Rhythmically, it's something we can start working with and then scrap it and create something actually decent. For now, I want to work on this sound a little bit. So, yeah, that's gonna have to do for now. Okay. It does need a noise channel, at least to a certain extent. It's kind of getting there. Yeah, we're trying to make a conga, but it kind of sounds kind of synthy still. I mean, I've got like two very, very modest oscillators here. So, I mean, but I still think it's possible to do this. In fact, I'm going to pitch it up. Change my pitch up! Yep, let's pitch it up. Maybe if we cue this. Maybe if we're gonna cue this, we can make it a bit more congy. Does it work? It kind of does. Still not the most realistic congas I ever heard in my life, but I mean, it's serviceable. Let's hear it with the bass. I mean, I love how this is all very nicely gain staged still. Oh, nicely. Nicely enough. Nice enough. Let's hear the stuff we got so far in its entirety. I'd say it's serviceable. I still think that I want to make that polysynth thing on the hi-hat a little bit more pronounced. Yeah, a bit more punchy, a bit more cutting through. And oh, did I not EQ this? Jesus Christ on a bicycle. I need to EQ this. Yeah. The bell. That's bell. I'm starting to get some Yuzo Koshiro vibes out of it. It's housey, but it's got this kind of this polysynth gives it a little bit of a chiptune vibe. Oh, polymer. No, we don't want you today. We're just using polysynth. So yeah, let's get polysynth going. Another instance, another very loud instance again. Okay, I think the time has come to make some melody. Let's create a lead. Straight away I want this kind of wet enough. And maybe let's switch to another shape. Let's make it into a square. Yeah. A bit more glidey, definitely. A bit less glidey. Okay, that's serviceable. Still needs a little bit more character to it. So let's add another oscillator. Ooh, it's already singing. A bit of grit. A little bit more of FM kind of goodness to it. Maybe a bit more of that second oscillator then. Do I want unison on this? Do I want to add a little bit of extra stereo content to this? It mutated. It's got a bit too much middle to it. It's a bit heavy. So let's EQ it. Let's get rid of this. In fact, yeah. Sounds moogie. Yeah, that's much better. I like this. Yeah, that's a nice ending, but the ending is nice, but the beginning is a bit obvious. Uninspired, I'd say. So yeah, let's get inspired. Let's think of something else. It still does need that supertonic. You know, the ninth. It kind of asks for it, you know. So yeah. Yeah. Even better. And I completely forgot to do this, but I need to make this monophonic, so that's much better. Like a quick tip, if you want to be a keyboard hero and play like very intense like solos and stuff, you really want to make your synth monophonic, because that gets rid of the extra dirt that you get. I mean, you can be super masterful with your legatos and stuff, but it still doesn't quite sound right. But when you do it mono, you can shred away, and it's still very much under control. Yeah, definitely better than, let's say, for instance, let's make this like polyphonic just for a second again. It works, but it still lacks a little bit of focus. So yeah, monophonic it is. Let's record this. Let's record this. 2, 3, 4. Let's play it again. 2, 3, 4. I'm shit tonight. I'm actually quite shit tonight. I don't know why, but I blame I don't know, Canada. Let's do it again. 2, 3, 4. Okay, that works. That actually worked. Let's quantize this and yeah, that very first thing needs to be even shorter. So almost like, yeah, there. This one as well. Okay, we've got a lead, but that legato thing, I think I need to turn it off. There. Still, it kind of is lacking the modulation. It needs a bit more. Yeah, I need to add some vibrato to it. And it's not something that I can just do with the modulation wheel on my keyboard, because I'm programming this synth and I need to actually explain what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is add a LFO. Yeah, make it a little bit faster. Maybe a little bit more subtle. And modulate, say, pitch by just, 0.2%. And that might even be too much already. Let's be like more stingy with this. And this needs to be a little bit faster. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that works pretty well. I might want to try adding some unison to the main kind of oscillator as well. I don't know. Definitely, yeah. EQ this a little bit. Get all the sand off the top shelf. Okay, we've got something. I'm gonna keep this bass line as well. I'm gonna bounce this real quick. And chords are pretty good as well, at least for this part. I think it's gonna end up having a little bridge, sort of a B part as well. But for now, for this particular loop, this works. Do I want a pad? I kind of do I? Let's make a little pad. Wrong channel. Let's just make a clean polysynth instance here. And there we go. Thank you. And we're going to make this more of a, like, kind of a warm pad. You know, all these synthesizers, especially Romplers, they always have like a warm pad. And yeah, it's just, you know, the filler sort of a vibe thing. I'm going to EQ this once again. I'm going to get rid of all the sub bass frequencies, definitely. Make it a bit more airy. More. Okay, does it work with our little lead? I love this. Do I really want to add a bit more of, you know, FM sort of a vibe to it? Probably I do. Let's turn it into a DX. More piano-y. Definitely needs more release. It's already a piano. I love this synthesizer. I fucking love this. Let's listen to it in entirety. I'm not sure. It kind of sounds like it might end up being a bit too much, but maybe I should just stick to one hand and play it like in a lower octave. And probably lose that piano thing a little bit. It's a bit too intense. Still make it more of a warm pad. Although I like this, but no. Let's stick to it as a warm pad. skew a little bit towards the first oscillator. Yeah, let's record this. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have it. I think we have it. Let's listen to it. There's something shitty about the adding. Yeah. I'm being super careless today. That does sound good. However, something else needs to be added. I kind of like the way it travels a little bit with this oscillator modulation. That's a bit too much, but just a little touch on top gives it a little bit of motion. But what else we can do? We can make this random as well. Make this 16 note random notes, random values, and play just a little bit with the filter. Make this legato, for fuck's sake. This is not going as planned. I'll tell you that. Let's fix this. Let's fix this. And it should work now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You know what? I want to. Okay, that's much better. That's good. You know what? I'll have to live dangerously. I'm going to add another polysynth. This pad actually I'm going to bounce. That's good to go. Let's bounce this. Turn off this modulator. Yeah, let's add just one little. Da 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 da. On top. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da. Yeah. It needs to be interesting on the rhythmic side of it. Now let's put way higher, 2 octaves actually. Nice. Let's make this square. Let's make this a bit more bell-like. That's almost cheap tune, not necessarily what I was looking for. Maybe I want to sing this. Ooh, definitely, definitely. And I'm going to add some delay onto this as well. In fact, this is the particular case when I want to use a separate delay for this, because I don't want this to be so fast. I want this to be way much more, you know, like relaxed, and like maybe 8 notes, maybe quarter notes, even like dum dum. Let's see. There. How does it work with the lead? And it turns out that this little arpeggio thing is in a completely wrong place. 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. Yeah, that's better. Even earlier. 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. Da da da. Okay. Da 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 da. Da. Da da. This should probably work. Yeah. I'm going to be a clever Johnny here. I'm going to reverse this. Okay. That might be a bit excessive on the second part, but for now, let's keep it. Let's keep it as it is. Maybe I'm going to double this yet again. And whilst I'm at it, I'm gonna cut it from here and keep it on the last time. So we're just making this like kind of pattern even longer. That's a bit too glassy, isn't it? I mean, this little bit here. First off, the feedback is way too much. Second off, let's EQ this thing, because it still has way too much low end. Yeah. We want to hint that there's a low end here, like middle kind of content, but not that much, not obvious. Our main focus is going to be somewhere around here. Yeah. Or maybe around here. One of two. Nah. You know what? I'm going to raise this 1 octave higher. Much better. Is it too long? Maybe. Better. Okay. This is the main part of a track. What I want to do is first save it. Host track stream 1. What a fountain of creativity. And let's structure this. I'm going to copy this a few times. Yeah, that's about right for now. And I'm going to turn things on and off. How about we start without the kick? Definitely without that lead. Maybe without that pad as well. Those chords need to go. Yeah, let's start very strict in the beginning. In fact, I'm going to automate the pad a little bit. So, we're going to find our filter resonance, filter frequency, yep. And we're going to slowly open it from here to here, which is 33 seconds. That's a very long intro, but who cares? For now, that's something we're going to deal with. Duh, I bounced it. Who cares? Let's put a filter on it then. Let's put a little filter on it. And automate that instead. There we go. And in fact, I don't want the pad to do anything extraordinary just in the beginning. So I'm going to copy just that first chord, and to make sure that nothing clicks. Yeah, this doesn't work too well, does it? Look. Oh, that also copied my automation settings here, so yeah, I don't want that. Let's get rid of these extra nodes. we go. But it's still a bit meh. It still has this little gap in between the two clips. So, let's try to do something stupid. Let's reverse the second one. And overlap those. Yeah. Like this. You know what? I was just gonna have to do. This didn't work like I wanted it to. That's a bit shitty. You know what? I'm going to give it another try. And I'm going to do it this way. What I want to do is I want to crossfade this. Like this. Much better. And here as well. Yeah, that works. That actually works pretty well. Let's fix that node as well. Okay, that's gonna work. Overlap these two as well. Not that way. You know what? Let's keep it like this for just for now. I want to make sure that I'm actually doing it right. Okay, let's bounce this. In fact, bounce it to a separate track pre-fader. Okay, we got this, and then put it back on. That didn't work too well, did it? Sometimes it happens. Okay, what did we do wrong? Bounce again. Post fader? Why not? Okay, that worked. But it's a bit quiet. Yeah, much better. Let's put it back on. Oh, duh, it's mute, is it? You know what? Bollocks to it. I'm gonna just keep it like this for now. Bitwig is playing tricks on me right now. Let's listen to this whole thing. I'm gonna just stick to the original. That works. Make this a bit more airy. Okay, that's gonna be a serviceable intro for now. We don't need that hat here as well. I don't like the way this congas sound. I don't know. You see, the problem is that click. Once I add some delay to it, yeah, that's not very pleasant. It's got this annoying like polyrhythmic click into it now. So yeah, let's make it a bit more dry, but still keep the click. That clap needs to be edited. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it way shorter, like this. Better. Okay, that works. And no need to do it all the way over the track. Instead, I'm just going to make another loop out of it and just drag it around. Now with those hats, perhaps they also need to be automated, so they start a bit more modest, a bit more subtle, and then they slowly go up, and we can automate the frequency here so it just rises up just a tad over the course of the intro, which is about 30 seconds long. Beautiful. Kick comes in. I think that extra hi-hat needs to go for now. The bass is good, the kick is good. Maybe rise up the frequency on this one as well. Just a bit from the second part. Good. Okay, still that lead part, it's too early for it. Maybe add that second hi-hat though. Yeah. And the chords. And then let's say The part stops here. Yeah. Maybe lose the bells here. Add a little bit of automation to the chords. Where are they? Here. Yeah, maybe play around with them here. So they're a bit more pronounced here. Open up a little bit. Close down towards the end of the section. And do the same thing about the various other parameters. Or maybe just do a filter. Yeah, let's do a filter instead. Keep forgetting that I bounced those. Actually, I like the way that filter sounds much better. So yeah, let's keep that. Stick to it. And keep this open. Start with a bit more closed one. Open it up slowly towards the end of the first section. Then turn it down. But not that much. Open it up. Then comes the third section, and you know what? I'm actually going to put the markers on different sections. Because to be honest, it's quite easy to lose yourself here. Yeah. Insert a marker here, insert a marker here. Obviously here, let's call it part 1. Part 1. Then kick comes in dash slash then let's call it the full section, then chords, and then here I want to turn off the kick, definitely, although I'm going to keep the first one just for the punch. Okay, still too early for that kick to come back, so we're gonna cut it some more. There we go. And there's definitely gonna be some breaks here, but I'm gonna get to programming them later on once I've got the structure laid out. So let's have a listen again. It's amazing. All of this is just polysynth. Every track here. Just one little synthesizer and it just does miracles. It's amazing. Let's have a listen from the beginning once again. Love those bells. Kick comes in. There we go. and the bass. I think the pad is a bit too much. I need to turn it down just a tad. I'm not gonna mix it right now. I'm gonna mix it tomorrow. But for now, just I kind of have the urge to sidechain this thing straight away. Not for the mixing purposes, just for the whole pumping vibe sort of thing. So yeah, let's modulate this. Audio sidechain, I'm gonna modulate the EQ. Because it doesn't make any difference, there's a gain thing there. Or I might actually do something really cool and modulate the whole kind of frequency instead of like the overall thing. For now, let's choose the input, and that will be the kick master post fader, so like the whole processed thing all together. And we're going to modulate the output with it, so every time the kick comes in, the output goes down. So nothing's happening whilst the kick is not playing, but one kick comes in, and it needs way much more gain sort of a thing to it. Now you can see that it's doing the magic, but I want it to be more pronounced. I'm not sure about the release. So rise is the attack, fall is the release. It's basically attack and release, but for some odd reason they decided to call it differently. And this is our boundaries for like high pass and low pass. And I'm going to basically, I don't need this that much because I've got the whole equalizer cutting those frequencies out, but I'm still going to do it. Actually, as we're actually taking the signal from the kick, yeah, makes sense. Okay, that actually works. Yeah, we'll sidechain this. Success! Great success! That might be a bit too much with the hi-hat. I'm going to make something cool. Better. Basically what I did is I made a little break sort of a thing out of that hi-hat on its own. Still gonna need a snare. I mean, at some point I'm gonna have to program the snare on this as well. Once again, there's like even like in the Bitwig itself, you have like this snare, clap and kick generators built in, but the point of a challenge is to do everything just using polysynth, so we're gonna have to create a snare drum on this. That's gonna be fun. For now, this works. We've got the second part layered out, and we're switching to the third part, which is where the extra hi-hat comes in and we get the chords. That hat might be a bit too much. We're gonna have to turn it down. Was it on 666 hertz? Fucking creepy. Does it work? Yeah. We got the other thing doing the hat, open hat thing, so we can be way much more subtle on this. Good. So we're slowly approaching the chords part, and then this is going to be where the melody comes in. So I'm going to put the micro straight into it. Lead. It's gonna need a break here, like something like that, and a noise kind of filters, like rises and down filters, which are really easy to create, by the way. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to put this kick on place. There's going to be a snare added to it, but yeah. Where's our clap? I'm going to just put the clap there just for now, so we kind of get to hear it. That swing thing, groove thing, it kind of doesn't really work with this kind of a break. So for now, let's just stick to this structure. And you know what? I'm gonna work on a hi-hat just a little bit more. I want to create the second version of this, but without the random modulator this time. So let's get rid of this and make this way much more open. So there's an actual difference between the two parts. I feel like the filter might go a bit crazy here on the pad in this section. Let's open it up. That's kind of, you know, that's their climax sort of thing. Boom. Well, I mean, now as we bounced this, we might as well do something cool with it. Like, pitch it up. That's gain. Gain is actually quite useful as well, but we need to pitch it. Like, yeah, it sounds horrible. Sounds less horrible. Sounds kind of horrible still. I want to do something cool with it. HD. In fact, let's do something else with this. That doesn't work too well. Let's not do this. Now that lead is a bit too dry. I'm gonna add a little bit of delay to it. Meanwhile, what do I have on this delay? I kind of want to EQ it straight away. Maybe add a little bit of reverb to it as well. Need more air. And then, yeah, get back to the previous part, like the chords part. So now, as I'm structuring this, there's a very easy and nice way to do this. There are two, actually. The first one, it's a bit late to do it, but what I can do, I could just put it onto a session mode, which is very similar to what Ableton got, and just copy those tracks and into the scenes and then just play around with those. But it's a bit too late because I kind of done like half the track already, so why would I? Although there's a very sexy way of doing it in Bitwig as well. Like, you don't have to go like this, you can actually see your session here. How cool is that? I think this is kind of magnificent. Like, put on a session, badang. But not now. That's a bit too late for this. Let's not do it this way. What we want to do though is we still want to move like chunks, like this whole batches of tracks all together, instead of like, you know, selecting them and doing all the other unpleasant things. Why won't we group them all together into this one little master group, which is also our kind of mix bus sort of a thing. And we are going to, in fact, what I also want to do, I want to color those. That also helps a lot when structuring. So that's our part one. I'm going to make it green. Once the kick comes in, we're going to make it less green. Like lighter. Which is not logical. It's supposed to go, yeah, darker when the kick comes in, probably, logically. So, yeah, let's make this one light green, puke kind of green. Make this one a bit more intensely green. Then full one is going to go red. Yeah, let's keep it red. Red again. Okay, and the chords separately, let's make them yellow. I mean, it can be whatever. I don't mind. It's just so we see what happens. And yeah, this is going to be there. It's going to be like orange. Why not? Okay, so we got all these parts out of the way. They're nicely color coded. And yeah, my internet has decided to poop itself. Let us see if it comes back. Yeah, I got no idea what's happening. But it says my connection is poor. But I don't know. I don't know if you can still hear me properly or not. Let me see. Yeah, my internet has decided to poop itself. Okay, it kind of works. It kind of works. Anyways, let's continue. I told you it's gonna be shit because this is the first time I'm doing this, and I mean not the music, but the streaming part. So, yeah, it's gonna be dodgy bits. Who cares? We're almost done with the track, by the way, and I'm kind of happy that we are. I might actually want to finish this tomorrow because at this point, yeah, let's make it a two-parter. Just for now, I'm going to copy the chords bit. So, yeah, make more of this. And, whoa, my internet's back. Good. Happens. Okay, yeah, let's put the chords here. Structurally, we're already on like 4 minutes 29 seconds of the track. Something needs to happen here. It's gonna be quite boring without any extra things. Then we come back to the main part, and then logically I'm gonna start wrapping up after this, which is on 5 minutes 36 seconds mark, which is quite an extended mix once you think of it, because we're not even done yet. Still gonna take us a little bit of time to land. So there's lead, then there's full band, then there's just kick, and then we symmetrically end it like this. And the whole track is currently at 7 minutes mark, 7.17, which is enough for a track. It's pretty okay. Right, we got the structure, and I think we're gonna make it a two-parter. I'm going to come back to it in a bit, at least, because I really want a cigarette. And I've been on for, I don't know how long I've been on for. I've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. Yeah, that definitely asks for a break. We're almost done though. We're gonna next stream we're going to spice it up with some extra bells and whistles. Gonna create a few filters, a few kind of sound effects to spice it up, and then probably we're gonna mix it. And yeah, that was not entirely horrible. I told you that. That was a kind of a fun little stream. It's the first time I do it, and it kind of worked, except for the parts when the internet started crapping itself. But, well, it's way much better than what it was when I was doing the live and digital radio. When, yeah, that was horrible. I finally managed to fix the internet lately, so that's how I got back to streaming. Anyways, we're gonna get back to it tomorrow, I guess. I'm gonna take a break for now, and tomorrow we're gonna finish this track. I got no idea what I'm gonna call it, but you know what? What you can do is you can suggest your names for this track on my Facebook, on Instagram. You got all the links in the description of this video. Go check them out. That's my personal Instagram, and there's also the channel for a little production studio / label thing called Live and Digital, and it's got some of my music on that, and it also got awesome music by my friends Fardi and Hazi Karim and other artists we're working with. So definitely check it out, and I'll see you boys and girls tomorrow. It's kind of late and I need to crash. So see you around. Have a great one, and thanks for tuning in to this bit messy